I gotta say it. It's gotta be said, and it's gotta be said by me. Cinematic universes are what kill franchises. You don't believe me? Are you calling me a liar? Are you really calling me a liar? Why would I lie? What would I gain from lying to you? If you want proof, trust me, I have proof. Before the whole cinematic universe's craze started, a person could just sit down and watch a movie or a show with no problem. But let's take the MCU as an example. Before someone can watch the movie Avengers Doomsday, which is set to release later this year, they first have to watch pretty much everything that has anything to do with Marvel, and supposedly even everything that has anything to do with 20th Century Fox. So is Sideshow Bob from The Simpsons gonna be in the movie or something? Is he gonna be one of the villains? Of course, along with Nelson, Jimbo, and Kearney, are Harry and Marv from Home Alone gonna be villains in the movie too? What about Borat? Is he gonna be in the movie? The list's out of order, but there were all of the Avengers movies. There were all of the Spider-Man movies. There were all of the X-Men movies. There's all of the Loki TV show. There were all of the Doctor Strange movies. There's the Howard the Duck movie. There were all of the Thor movies. There were all of the Black Panther movies. There were all of the Ant-Man movies. There were all of the Captain America movies. There were all of the Iron Man movies. There were all of the Deadpool movies. There are all of the Fantastic Four movies. Are you getting tired of me listing stuff that you'll need to watch just to know what's going on in a single movie yet? Because I can, of course, keep going. And no, I'm not kidding. There are only so many hours in a day. I mean, yes, there are, of course, the hardcore, obsessive Marvel fans who can probably even tell you exactly what Stan Lee had for dinner on December 18th, 1937. Now that Marvel's owned by Disney, they can also probably tell you what Walt got for his 18th birthday on December 5th, 1919. That's, of course, fine. It's great to be passionate about things, but what about the rest of the people who aren't massively Mundo Marvel nerds and just want to watch a movie? Yes, you're nerds, embrace it. There ain't nothing wrong with being a nerd. Anyway, it's gonna take someone days to get to the point where they can watch the movie. And that's only if the person doesn't have school, doesn't have a job, and has absolutely no life to speak of. If a person does have one, two, or all three of those things, then it's probably gonna take months to get to that point. And of course, by then, there will probably be other movies that they'll have to watch in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. All that just to watch a single movie. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Cinematic universes are what kill franchises. Believe me, don't believe me, it doesn't change the fact that it's the truth. The only exception is if it's just a crossover episode of a show, and it's not a to be continued. But the other half is on the other show. I'm switching over to DC shows. There's at least one episode of The Flash that has Arrow in it, but you need to watch Arrow to see the second half. Or if you only watch Arrow, you need to watch The Flash episode first to know what's going on. Crisis on Infinite Earths went crazy. I think that was Supergirl season 5, episode 9, Batwoman season 1, episode 9, The Flash season 6, episode 9, Arrow season 8, episode 8, and a special episode of Legends of Tomorrow. Plus they at least have a cameo scene from Lucifer. So if someone's not a crazy fan of DC shows that doesn't watch literally all of those shows in literally that exact order, then they won't have a clue what's going on. So that's 5 shows that you need to watch, technically 6, if you want to know who Lucifer and Maze are and what they're all about. The one-off crossovers are fine. A show can even have multiple one-off crossovers if they want. Like the 90s Spider-Man cartoon had a few crossovers with characters from the 90s X-Men cartoon. Plus there were crossover episodes with other Marvel superheroes here and there. It's only when it becomes a convoluted web of shows and movies that a person absolutely needs to watch to know what's going on that confuses the casual fans. I'm sure that the hardcore, obsessed nerds like or even love the cinematic universes. But then there's the rest of us. Now to all of the cinematic universe loving nerds that are out there, feed me your hate! As I feed, I grow stronger!